Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lode Holt. As we continue this week to look at what I am calling Advent Lullabies to Wake You Up, we are exploring songs that people in the Bible sang and how they point to a God who acts to save us. Yesterday we looked at the song of Asaph from Chronicles, and I commented on the fact that I hadn't read Chronicles for a while. I'm betting that for most of us, it's the same is true of Habakkuk. But maybe we should be a little more familiar with it than we are. Habakkuk is one of the minor prophets. Now, he's called a minor prophet not because he has an unimportant message, but because he's minor in length compared to books like Isaiah and Jeremiah. In fact, Habakkuk sits among those 12 small books at the end of our Old Testament, books of prophecy that are somewhat short. But sometimes something short can pack a powerful punch. Habakkuk is only 3 chapters long, but it is mostly known for a verse in chapter 2 that many, including me, say is about justification by grace through faith. It's astonishing to find it there in the Old Testament, but there it is. Habakkuk was greatly distressed by the people around him and their lack of faith in God. He looked around and saw violence and injustice, so his book presents something of a conversation between Habakkuk and God. He wanted God to come and punish the nation so that they would be driven back to God. Habakkuk says, basically, "How long, O Lord, before you come and put a stop to my people's wickedness?" And God replied, "Don't worry, I'm sending the Babylonians against you." And Habakkuk was aghast. "Really? Those guys are even worse than we are." And God said, "And they will be harsher than you can imagine." I guess Habakkuk was learning that you do have to be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. But when it was done, Habakkuk saw the wisdom in God's plan to bring the people back to God. And chapter 3 is a song that reflects on what is to come. And the song opens with a beautiful passage. "O Lord, I have heard of your renown, and I stand in awe, O Lord, of your work. In our own time, revive it. In our own time, make it known. In wrath, may you remember mercy." Here in the early days of Advent, how we long for God to revive his work. Indeed, that's just what the coming of Jesus is. God working to save us anew. And here we pray that God's saving grace given in the Christ child might be made known all over the world and especially among us. It's just what we need. For Habakkuk's song reminds us that while we deserve wrath, God remembers mercy. In this time, look toward Bethlehem and know God remembers you. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.